What to do, Three Squad fam? It's your boy Dev, and I'm back at you with another Prize Picks video, man. This video, we're gonna make this video a little quick, a little fast, so I can get these edits up, and that way, I make sure this time that this video is properly uploaded before I leave for work. So, this video is gonna be NBA games. We got a lot of NBA games going on tonight. They kind of dropped a whole bunch last night. I kind of took my picks from that. Hopefully, these points are still the same from what I'm looking at. They're kind of still the same right now. But we got like 12 games tonight for NBA. I'm gonna throw a couple college games in. Matter of fact, I'm gonna go ahead and give out those college picks first, so we can have those out the way. But guys, for those that been asking for me to make a Discord, I believe it's Discord. That's what it's called. Right now, this channel kind of needs a little bit more subscribers before I make the Discord. I've been looking at other people's Discord, and it's a lot to it. There's a lot to it. A lot of stuff that got to get took into it, a lot of time I got to get put into it. There's more of a like I have to put everything in there, if you get what I mean, for those who have joined the Discord. So if we reach like I said, 1,000+ subscribers, I feel more confident in the feedback will be really getting used. Not saying that, guys, that we're not getting people feedback here, because as we see, we have went up a lot of subscribers in the last couple days, and that's a good thing, good sign. Hopefully we can keep getting these subscribers to go up. For those who's watching this video and you're not subscribed yet, go ahead and subscribe. Help us get this channel going and get in this channel where we want it to be at. Like I said, all these picks are free. I don't charge you guys for no picks. We're giving you guys 20+ picks every video. And these are not professional picks. This is just my personal opinion based off the information I receive, the information that I research, and the progress that I look when I see and play games and matchups and stuff like that. So this is up to 100% to you if you want to use these picks. It's up to you if you want to choose these picks on yours. One second, guys, my lips a little white. All right. It's up to you if you want to use these picks, man. Not making you use these picks, just giving you guys a little information to take with your own picks. So we're gonna go ahead and jump. Oh, another thing, guys, I'm loving the comments, man. Keep commenting, keep giving me feedback, letting me know what you want to know about. Any questions you have, just drop it down in the comments below. I'll reply to those as fast as I see them. We've been getting so many comments, a few comments, but a lot to me from how I've seen in the past couple months. But that YouTube kind of notifies me a little late, so I try to just check it every hour just to see. So if you have a comment on there that I haven't got to, or it take me a little while to get to it, just give me a little couple time and I'll be sure to get to those comments for you. Also, my Instagram as well, I'll just put that in the comments below. It's TOTURNTREID, two turn read, just not two like TOO. But you can DM me as well on there. Follow me on there as well. I post a lot of stuff on my stories and my close friends. Just ask to join my close friend. That's another thing we can do as well. Follow me on Instagram and join my close friends, and I'll add those pics to my close friends for you guys, so you guys can see that as well. But we're gonna jump into this video, man. So first we have on this college list, okay. So first we have like a couple college games going on, not too many major games for real. All right, guys, sorry about that. I had to check something real quick with my laptop. It was going dead. But first on my college list, we have Jalen Willards. I think I'm saying that right. Jalen Willards, I believe he's another one of those transfers for no, Jalen Willards, wrong thing. Jalen Willards from Louisville. They have him listed at 9.5 points. If I'm not mistaken, he dropped almost like 17 points in that last scrimmage game. Like I said, it's a scrimmage game. These scrimmage games that they have before these are more like getting their time in. They still playing teams that they normally wouldn't play, like the team they're playing now. Don't even know who this team is. They normally wouldn't play, so their minute's going to go up, their points going to go up. They're going to get more shots than usual. But I believe he dropped like 17 points last game. Next will be Ellis. Ellis is another one. I think he had almost 30 points last game. They have him listed at 11.5 points. So basically with these college picks, especially these early looks without them having like real games going on, it's basically going to be going off of their last performance for me in the last, how they did in their last performance. So basically that's how I'm breaking this down. So you guys can easily do that as well. And a lot of people have been wanting me to send them the picks that I'm playing. I don't know if you guys have iPhones or whatever kind of how phones you got, but like you can really drop this video down and just go off of how like have the prize pick up YouTube up and doing like that. I'm gonna try to get it in and type it in and put the picks in as well. But due to time, I'll be having to move real fast to get these picks in. They drop a lot of videos. They drop a lot of plays and a lot of picks back to back. So I try to stay on top of those. So it just be hard to kind of get it in. That's where the Discord will come in as well. But we got to get this channel a little bit higher before we can get into all that. So subscribe if you want that to go up. If y'all want all this stuff, this Discord stuff, go ahead and subscribe, man. We can get those in. But yeah, so they have Ellis listed for 11.5 points. We're going to take the over on that as well. Then we're going to jump to the LSU game. KJ, they have KJ. I believe KJ is another transfer as well from, I think he played from Murray State, and he was averaging about like 18 points per game. Also rebounds, he's been averaging like 8 rebounds per game. So you can give or take play on any one of those if you would like. I'm taking the over on the 15 points just due to the competition that they're playing another school. Don't even know who they are. Justice Hill, he's another transfer. I believe him and KJ played on the same team. So I believe both of them can make the points as well. They haven't played a scrimmage game, so it's based off like their stats from last year, and then coming to a better team playing a lower competition team. That's why I'm going at with this. So they have him listed at 13.5 points. I took the over on that as well. And then they have the 5-star recruit that just came in, a freshman, Tyrell Warren. I'm sorry if I said that wrong, but they have him listed for 11.5 points as well. And like I said, he's a 5-star freshman. If you go on the LSU page, they kind of talk about him highly. He's broadcast on their LSU men's basketball team highly. So it's give or take for me. I'm just taking it is that they're playing a smaller team. He's going to get in the game. He's going to try to show his skills. He's a 5-star, so we're going to hope, like all the other freshmen that we had played on this college debut, they showed out. So we're going to hope he show out as well. So those are my 5 college picks that I have based on a couple games they have. I really didn't take too many from all the other schools because, like I said, they're not big schools, and I don't want to give or take mess with you guys, if you get what I mean. So guys, we're gonna jump into these NBA picks. So first on our list, I'm gonna get you guys started with this. First on our list, I want you to look at I'm gonna look at Buddy Hield. Buddy Hield from the last couple games has been highly performing. He has 4 out of the last 5 games. They have him listed at 19.5 points. The last 5 games, he has made this over 4 times. I personally played Buddy Hield in the first half as well. For those who want to play first half picks, Buddy Hield had hit all 5 in first half picks, and it will basically be half of this. So I'll say 9. It'll basically be half of this. And Buddy Hield has hit that 5 times out of the last 5 games, and 4 times for the 19.5 points out of the last 5 games. So that's something to take consideration into as well for Buddy Hield, and he's their #1 scorer, I believe, as well. Piggyback off of Buddy Hield, we're gonna go to Tyrese. I don't know what that is. We're gonna go to Tyrese. Tyrese is another one. Me personally, I'm gonna go with his points. Even though the last couple games he's been like, he had one game he only dropped 11. In the last couple games, it's really been close on the line. He had 20 last game. He had 22. I think they dropped this because they had him at 20 earlier, and I was at 19.5. So he had 20 last game. He had 22 against Miami. He had 26 against Brooklyn, and he had 25 against Washington. So I'm going to take those points for him. I'm also going to play him on my points, rebounds, and assists because, as you guys know, he is a monster with assists, and he's going to grab a few rebounds as well. So he's one as well that you guys could take, him and Buddy Hield on the same team for that Indiana team. So I'll keep an eye out on him as well. Next on our list, I'm just going to go down as we go. Then we have, so this is another one. This is something that's going to be on you guys. Basically, if you want to play this, I'm not saying you have to, just want to give you the information about him. Jamal Murray. Jamal Murray is listed at 18.5 points. He hit this 3 times out of the last 5 games. As you guys know, he's coming back from an injury, so he's slowly finding his way back into the scoring position as a leader for that Denver team. Last game, he had 19 points against the same team. Before that, he had 13 points. Against OKC, he had 24 points. Against the Lakers, he had 21 points. Against Utah, he had 13. That 13 was the last game. If we get, not the last game, but the 5th game at the bottom, October 28th. So he's one you can consider in. I took a gamble with him. So He's one you could consider in as well. Here's another first half play that I love to play, and he's been killing it as well in the first half. Michael Porter Jr. He's been hitting the first half plays 5 out of the last 5 games. They got him listed right now at 16.5 points for the full game. I'm taking that as well. Also, I'm going to take him as well on the first half. First half is going to be half of the full game, which is going to be like, I believe 7.5. I believe they'll do it. They dropped it a little bit. 7.5 or 8 points. We're going to take the over on that as well for him. He's been killing it. Another one, guys, that I want to just take a look at just because of competition of what they planned. Aaron Gordon, he's one that's kind of wishy-washy, guys. They have him at 13.5 points, but like their last game against OKC, he dropped 27. Against the Legacy, dropped 18. And then the last 2 games against San Antonio, he's only had single-digit performance. So keep that in mind with that. I don't give or take, pull it how you want to pull. Usually, at first I was playing him in the first half, but lately I had shied away from him just because of the performance that was getting done. Next, we have Cunningham. Cunningham is, like I said, Detroit's leading scorer. Not leading scorer, but their leader. He's listed right now at 20.5 points. He hit this 3 times out of the last 5 games. They're playing against Boston. Somebody asked me, do I think he'll still make that those points against Boston? I'll just say this: against Milwaukee, he hit 27 points. They played Milwaukee back-to-back. First time 27, second time 10. So just keep that in mind too. Against Golden State, he had 23 points. So I want to say he backed down against competition. He kind of, from what I'm seeing right now, he kind of overperformed. He's performed at his higher standards once he plays higher teams. And in my opinion, Milwaukee is a better defensive team than Boston. So I wouldn't, back away from that as well, just because of the competition that they're playing. Also in first half, he's been killing them in the first half plays too. I believe he's 5 for 5 on first half, and so half of his will be 10. So I'll take him at the first half as well if you guys want to play him at the first half, and that is Cunningham. Next, we're going to look at Jason Tatum. Jason Tatum is listed at 27.5 points. He hit this twice out of the last 5 games. As you guys know, they will be playing Detroit. Detroit is not that good of a defensive team, if you want me to be just brutally honest. But as you guys can tell, like if you just want to go in there and just look, Jason Tatum his highest points is against better teams, if you get what I mean, teams that at his level. So when you look at the teams that's like lower standards, like against New York, he had 26. Against Washington, he had 23. But this is what I want to piggyback off on that. I would say I'm more comfortable playing Jason Tatum at the points, rebounds, and assists, because when they do play lower teams, he try to play more as the leader of the team. He try to do more rebounding, more assists, more or less than just too much focusing on scoring. He hit this on the points, rebounds, and assists 3 times out of the last 5 games. And then this is something else to just look at as well. Against higher teams, though, like it's kind of wishy-washy with Jason Tatum when they're playing lower teams. He can easily dominate and have a dominant scoring night. I say long as the Pistons keep this game like close or they stand on their back, he'll perform at a higher standard. Long as if this is a blowout, then it's kind of different. But I wouldn't shy away from him. I still played him as well. Another one, Jaylen Brown. Same thing with him. Jaylen Brown is he's gonna destroy when they play lower teams. That's what I mean by that. Like Jason Tatum will kind of take the back seat and let him just go out and go crazy. They have him listed at 24.5 points. I believe this went up as well. Out of the last 5 games, he hit this twice as well, and that's why I wanted to list it on this as well. So against New York, against the Knicks, he had 30 points. Against Washington, he had 24 points. Against Cleveland, he had 30 points. Against Michigan, the last game, he had 21 points. And against Chicago, in that game on the 4th, he had 16 points. So just keep that in consideration as well. Points, rebounds, and assists going to kind of be like similar to that as well. But he's more of a just, I'm going to go score guy. So just keep that in mind as well. Jalen Ivey has been making his name out there, guys. Like last 5 games, he's listed at 14.5 points. Last 5 games, he hit that 4 out of the 5. I play him at halftime as well. I play him at the first half as well, so I'll take him on both first and half. Just because they're playing Boston doesn't kind of make me shy away. Like I said, they played Milwaukee he had 19 the first time. Second time, he had 7. So they lower performed at the second time, but as long as they can keep this game close, they're getting their shots in. They're getting that same field goal percentage. So long as they're making their shots, hey, the ball's going to go where the ball's going to go. So you guys can give a take from that. Next on my list, I just wanted Jalen Brunson. Jalen Brunson has been kind of taking over for this Knicks team, man. I'm just gonna be honest. Julius Randle kind of not like compared to his last season. Julius Randle was more of the like leading scorer. Now he's kind of like dropping in that area. They have him listed at 20 points per game. 20 points for this upcoming game. But he only hit that once out of the 5, and I'll get on that as well. But Jalen Brunson has hit, they have him listed at 18.5 points. He has hit this 4 out of the last 5. They're playing the Nets, I'm sorry. They're playing the Nets. And like y'all already know, they're out of, Kyrie Irving is not playing in this game. So it's basically going to be a one-man show with KD. And O'Neal will, give them some scores as well. But I feel like he can perform at this standard as well. Last time they played Boston, he had 22 points. So like I said, Boston is at the top of that defensive team. Against Philly, 23 points. Against the Timberwolves, 23 points. Against Atlanta, 20 points. You feel me? So I'm running with him. You guys can run with him if you want to. Also, I'll look at his assists as well. He dished out a good amount of assists, so I feel like his assists will be great as well to play on. So guys, right now this will be my first time considering under. So we're going to Julius Randle. They have him listed at 20.5 points. Like I said, he's kind of wishy-washy. Last 2 games, he's been dominating. So he had 31 points against Timberwolves, 29 points against Boston. They're playing Brooklyn. So out of the last 5 games, he only hit this over twice. Like, it was the first 2 games I just explained on. So I'm going to do this, me personally, I'm going to play him on one of mine as an over, one of mine as an over. One as an over, one as an under. And I'm going to put him with 3 other players that I feel that I'm going to play him on a 5 slate. Just in case, because it's 5 slate, you can get one off and then still get double the amount of money that you put in. So I'm going to play him on a 5 slate with 4 other players that I feel like is going to cover their points as well. So you guys can take that with that. Next on my list, I'm sorry, I forgot this is my main guy right here. I'm sorry. Bay plays for Detroit as well. Bay, his first name I kind of get tongue tied with. I got a little speech impediment, guys. Bear with me. Bay has hit this. They have him listed at 15.5 points per game. 15.5 points for this game. He's averaging 20 points per game. Out of the last 5 games, he hit this 4 times. Like I said, he's been an absolute scorer for them as well. Like, he's been another burst for them as well. Don't get me wrong, this Piston team is not a bad team. Like, they're just young. So same way with Orlando, they're not a bad team. They're young. They're gonna compete with whoever they play with. They're just young. So they're gonna get their points in. So I'm taking over that for him. First half and full game. So 15 on full game, and then first half will be basically half of that. So you guys can check that as well for Bay. And then all right, so this is another one that I want to thank piggyback off of Mike Clowney for Utah. The last 5 games he had hit the over on this 4 times. They have him listed to make 13.5 points on here. He hit this 4 times out of the last 5. He's been stepping up into the scoring role as well. Even though he's more of a dish out passer, he's been scoring a lot these past couple games. 14 against the Lakers, 17 against the Clippers, 15 against the Lakers, 11 against the Dallas, and then 15 against Memphis. So I took the over on that as well, guys. You guys can give a take on that. Next on our list, RJ Barrett. Like I said, the last 5 games, last 3 games, he been making the over on this. They have him predicted to make 20.5 points this game against the Nets. He's went over 3 times out of the last 5. But like I said, they're playing the Nets, which I wouldn't kind of, shy away from just because they're playing the Nets. Because against Boston, he dropped 27 points. Against Philly, 22 points. And against the Timberwolves, 22 points. So he's a play for me as well, guys. Like, these guys kind of usually they're high performing and they'll drop again. So just up to you guys how you want to play this, but these just guys that I feel interest in, and I feel like they can make some things happen. Next on my list will be Fred VanVleet, the VanVleet. The last 2 games he had almost hit that 30 mark. Both games was against the Bulls. He had 30 against them on the first time, 27 against them on the second time. They have him listed at 19.5 points, and they're playing Houston. So keep that. Houston is not a huge defensive team either. So I feel like he can make this over on this as well. Only 2 games he underperformed on was against Philly, and that was he made 1 point and then 15 points. I don't understand that 1 point. I don't know. Did he play the whole game? I don't know what was going on that game. Didn't really look into that, but Fred VanVleet is a scorer, so I'm gonna take him. Next one I want to put on my list is Sengun. If you guys know what I mean. Houston, the center from Houston, the guy who I speak on all the time on this video. They have him listed at 16.5 points per predicted for this game. Sorry guys, keep getting tongue-tied with this. 18 points per game. Last 3 games he has hit the over on this. He's a scorer as well. I feel like he won't shy away against the competition against Toronto. Had 20 against Orlando, 17 against Timberwolves, 26 against Clippers in the last 3 games, and he's made that over on those. I would definitely be playing him. I think they haven't put him on the rebound, but he was killing rebounds at the beginning of the season, so that's probably why PrizePicks is like shying away from him on the rebounds. Next one on here, Kevin Porter Jr. I don't really mess with his points that much, but he is a rebounder. Like, he gets a lot of rebounds in the game. I believe out of the last 5, he hit that 4 times. I think they have him listed right now from what I have on mine, 5.5 rebounds. So we're going to take the over on the rebounds for him as well. But the points, I'm not going to kind of mess with the points. Eric Gordon, like I said, I spoke about him on the last video. He's kind of wishy-washy in my opinion. But they still have him listed at that 11.5 points. Even though the performance he had against Orlando he dropped 19 points. They're playing Toronto, so I don't know. I feel like he can make the over on this, so I'm gonna take the over. I took the over, so I'm gonna take the over, but keep that with a grain of salt. Take that with a grain of salt, guys. Next, we're gonna go down to Anthony Edwards. Anthony Edwards is listed right now. At first, they had him listed at 20 points, so they went up 1.5 points. Well, they went up a point, I'm going to just say, because they probably kept that half. They have him listed now, predicted to have 21.5 points in this game. They're playing Phoenix. Last game against Phoenix, when they played Phoenix, he dropped 24 points. Against Milwaukee, he dropped 24 points. He hit this 3 times out of the last 5. The 3 games that he underperformed on was against teams that was, in my opinion, doesn't play that much defense, so I don't know, but I'm taking over on him. He likes that competition. I guess that competition amps him up a little bit, because every time they play the Suns, that boy be sparking. And also, you can think about him on the 3-point attempts as well, because that boy been sparking, and I'll now piggyback on that as well. Next on here, Zion Williams. Zion is listed at 23.5 points this game. He hit this 3 times out of the last 5. Zion is just now getting back in the groove, coming back off of first year from injury, coming back fit and everything. He's been getting after it, man. 23.5 points. They're playing against the Bulls. I feel like he'll try to help his team get this win, which they really need. They've been losing a couple games, but they really need that from Zion. So I'll take the over on Zion as well. Then we have Zach LaVine. Zach LaVine, he's another player. He can drop 30 one game and then underperform the next. Against Toronto, he had 30 points. Against Boston, he had 16. Against the Nets, he had 29. So these players kind of make you scratch your head sometimes. But I still feel like he can get the over on these 21 points playing against New Orleans. They have a solid defensive team as well, but they play fast. So like the ball's gonna be There's gonna be room to get some transition layups and stuff like that for him and breakout layups, which is he performs good at. He shoot the ball well again. And then next on my list, we're gonna jump to Johnson. His points have went up as well. But Johnson, this is for San Antonio. Johnson is their scorer now with all those trades, especially with Devontae Murray going to Atlanta. He's been their scorer out of the last 5 games. He hit this 4 times. They have him predicted to have 22.5 points this game against the Memphis Hood Grizzlies, but they have him at 22.5 points this game. I feel like he can cover this as well. He's been doing really good this year. 30 points in the last game, 25 points that game after, 16 points, 25 points, 33 points. Enough said, he's a scorer, so we're going to take that as well. Another player from the San Antonio Spurs we're going to look at is Devin. Devin is another one of those guards. He's another that hit out of the last 5. He has hit the over on this 4 times. They have listed at 17.5 points. Against the last game, 17 points, 20 points, 29, 23, 22. So you see why we're going to consider the over. Though them two will be on the top of my list as well with Bay. Those two will be on the top of my list as more confident picks. And then Desmond from Memphis. He's a scorer. He's a scorer. So you guys know I love the scores. If you're a scorer, if you're gonna put up almost 12 plus shots a game, I'm gonna feel that you're gonna make at least half of those. So if you're gonna put up 20, I'm gonna feel like you're gonna make at least half of those. So in the last 5 games, he has hit this over on this 3 times out of the last 5. They have him listed at 21.5 points. I believe that went up as well. I believe that was last night at 20.5 points. But he is a scorer. Last 5 out of the last 5, hit it 3 times over. 19, 28, 19, 29, 32. That's the points he's putting up. So I wouldn't shy away from him. You feel me? And I'll say, guys, if you're gonna play the over on some of these players on the points, if you feel like they're gonna dominate, just look into the first half. Like most of the time, first half is gonna kind of let you know the performance that you're gonna get out of a player. If they're dropping almost 8-9 points in the first half, you can pretty much guess that the second half they're gonna kind of piggyback off that. If they're slowing down at the beginning, you kind of assume that they're not gonna score high in the second half, unless it's like a close game. You gotta think about it. If it's a close game, the star players is gonna have the ball in their hand. I always think about it. If it's a close game, the plays, the shots, and everything is going to be run through the star player, the star scorer. So just take that as some info with your picks. Like, think about the competition that they're playing. You got Milwaukee playing OKC, so you know SGA is going to have the ball in his hand. He's going to drop plenty of points. He's another one that we have on here, just haven't got to yet. I can just go on that. They have him listed at 27.5 points. He hit this 4 times out of the last 5 games. Against Milwaukee, he had 18 the last time they played him. But I feel like that's going to be a different story. He's dropping 30-plus points against everyone. So that's another thing. The game stay close, just pretty much know that the Stars are going to have that ball in their hand. So back to what I was on. Giannis been killing it. Giannis is just Giannis. So with Giannis, they have his points at like 30-something points. I never play him on the points. I always play him on the fantasy score, just because Giannis is like a consistent player of getting 50-plus fantasy points per game. So I fool with Giannis on the fantasy points. Get back on there. Trying to see where they got him at, y'all. Bear with me. They have him at 62.5 fantasy points. So they just let you know how many fantasy points Giannis get a game. He only hit this once out of the last 5. Yeah, Giannis is a player that, man, on PrizePicks, like at first they had a blow, but now that he's keep having these consistent 50, 40-plus games, his average is going up. He's averaging 54.8. And they have this prediction at 62.5. So maybe they know something we don't know. He didn't play against OKC last game, and I think they still came up short. So I guess they feel like, okay, Giannis is gonna come and still dominate. But 62 is high as hell. He had 72 against the Pistons. OKC is not that different from Detroit, so Maybe, maybe, but that's high as hell. I ain't even know that much went up because I figured I played him for 50 something. That much went up. But guys, let me go back to where we was at. Next on my list, we're gonna do DeAnthony Fox. Fox been the last 2 games he been playing decent. 28 points, 37 points out of the last 5 games. He hit this 3 times out of the last 5, averaging 23.4 points a game. They're playing against Cleveland. Cleveland is a competition team, so I feel like when Stars play against Cleveland, they gotta bring their A game because they know they're coming between Spider and between Darius. They gonna score. They're gonna go after it. So they have them listed at 25.5 points. I'm taking them in the first half, and I'm taking them in the full game of worth of points for Fox. Now we're on Darius from Cleveland. They have him listed at 22.5 points. He's coming back from that eye injury, but against Boston, as you guys probably seen, he had 29 points. Against the Lakers, 24 points. Against the Clippers last game, he had 19 points. So I'll take that over on that, considering they're playing the Kings, who are not good on defense as well. Another one I would consider on playing as well for this game, just because of the matchup. The Kings don't really have a dominant center. So Allen from Cleveland, I feel like they have him listed at 13.5 points. Out of the last 5, he hit this over 3 times. His highest points was made on Detroit, 23 points. And like I said, those 2 teams are kind of similar. Between OKC, Detroit, and the Kings, their defensive play is about around the same. So I'll take that as well. And then that'll be all I have for points. Now let me go back to this 3-pointers. 3-pointers made, I like to always target that. Buddy Hield is another one for 3-pointers that I'll take. They have him listed at 3.5 threes, so he need to make 4. Out of the last 5, he hit this 4 times, making 5 threes against New Orleans, 5 against Miami, 3 against Nets, 5 against the Nets, and 5 against Washington. So he's another one I always take him for the 3-pointers made because he's a 3-point shooter. Cunningham as well, they have him at 1.5 threes. Cunningham takes almost like 6 threes a game, and he hit this 3 times out of the 5. 2, he hit it 2 times, 3 times, 3 against Milwaukee again. But I take him as well. Those are one of my pizza money. Like, I just throw some money on that one because you never know. But I always play those 2. Another one that they took off here, they used to have Trey Jones on here for 0.5 threes made. So he just have to hit 1, and he been hitting one like every game. So I guess they took that off. But I was cashing in on that as well. DeAnthony Fox, they have him at 1.5 threes made. He hit 3 times out of the last 5. So he pulls a lot of threes. He just don't make a lot of threes, but he hits 2 almost every other game. Zach LaVine is another one. They have him at 2.5. He only hit that twice out of the last 5. And then I don't want to fool with Jaylen Brown. Definitely don't want to fool with Turner. Yeah. So those what I have for 3-pointers made. And then I'm gonna go to this fantasy, guys. Fantasy, I kind of got a little more confidence in some of these players, and some of these players that they have on fantasy, but they don't have on for points. Damian Lillard, they have him at 40.5 fantasy points. They're playing against the Hornets. I took the over on that. The last 2 games against Miami, he didn't hit that. He's been hitting like 27, 26. And then he haven't been playing. Like, I think he set out a couple games too. But I'm going to take those 40 points for the fantasy against the Hornets. The Hornets plays horrible defense. Another one. Okay, Plumlee. I'm going to take him for the 27.5 fantasy points that they have on here. I'm going to take the over on that. Out of the last 5, he hit that 4 times. So he's going to rebound. He's gonna rebound. He gets decent amount of steals, and he's gonna score a little couple points. So I feel more comfortable playing him on the fantasy as well. Who else we got on here that I took on the fantasy? I took Bay on the fantasy too, but you got to that. O'Neal, they don't have his points up yet, but like I said, Kyrie is out, so you can kind of see O'Neal getting more points. And O'Neal plays his position very, very well. The last 5 games, he hit those 4 times on the over. So we took O'Neal for those fantasy points as well. You guys better hop on it. Another one. Here we go. Okay, Rudy Gobert. No, I'm not gonna take Rudy Gobert for these fantasy points. They brought this stuff up, guys, so I'm not even gonna play with y'all and do that. I had one more. They bring all these up, man. Okay, here we go. So Mitchell, for Seattle, we're gonna take those fantasy points as well for him. As we know, he's a dominant player. They have listed at 42.5 fantasy points. He has hit this 4 times out of the last 5, guys. And that's gonna be my last pick for this video, guys. This video got up to 32 minutes, so you guys have 32 minutes worth of picks, man. So right now, guys, I want you to stop what you're doing and hit subscribe. Subscribe. Take a moment, stop, subscribe, because if you guys want more of these videos, you guys want more of these awesome picks, you guys got to subscribe. As you guys know, we've been hitting on all cylinders for the past couple videos, so there's no reason for you guys not to subscribe. The picks are there, the money is there. Only thing you guys got to do is subscribe. Subscribe, man. Join the fam. Hopefully we can reach that 1,000 mark subscribers, the point where I want to be at. If you guys have any questions, drop them in the comments down below. I'm trying to work on making that Discord for us, guys, so just give me these subscribers. Let's get these subscribers up so we know that these people is here and that we're going to get a lot of feedback out of this and we can get this stuff going. So that's our goal. I want to have 1,000 subscribers. If we get, I believe last video we've been doing decent on likes. So I can piggyback off. I'm just go up a little bit, guys. I'm trying to challenge you guys a little bit. 40 likes, I will drop 5 more picks. I will drop 5 more picks in the comments down below. So 40 more likes, I will drop 5 more picks in the comments down below. Any questions, drop them down in the comments. Any feedback you want to give me, do that in the comments. But enough of that, guys. I enjoyed y'all. Continue to watch these videos. Continue to subscribe, like, supporting your boy. Until the next video, y'all keep cashing out. We gone.